Good morning and welcome to the Baldwin County Commission regular meeting. This is the May 5th, 2020 meeting. We will begin our meeting with invocation by Pastor Trey Wimberly from the Baymonette campus of City Hope Church, and will be followed by Commissioner Ball will lead us in the pledge. Pastor Wimberly.
Thank you guys so much for having me. I am the campus pastor for our Baymonette campus at City Hope Church. My wife and I, we've been married 6 years. We've been a part of City Hope Church throughout that entire time. But I want to tell you a little bit about us, a little bit about City Hope Church as well. My wife is a teacher. She's ESL at Summerdale School, and then she's also at a few different other schools as well. And so we love Baldwin County. I lived here in Baymonette 22 years, and I've lived in Baldwin County my entire life. And I just got moved to this position where I am right now with the campus being the campus pastor at our Baymonette campus. But here at City Hope Church, we've had to pivot a little bit, much like everyone has. We've always been local and internationally outreach minded. Last year, we accomplished nearly 100 service projects, both locally and internationally. But here in the last 6 weeks, we've had to pivot. We've had to adjust some things. And in the last 6 weeks, we've accomplished over 200 local and international outreach projects. We have been able to touch over 11,000 individuals through food distributions, through food deliveries, through paying for power bills, through actually this last week I had the opportunity to pay for someone's bus ticket to come and to see a loved one who had just passed away from COVID-19. And so we've had to pivot a little bit, but throughout this entire process, God has been a part of it the entire way. I was reading in Scripture from Matthew, and it's when Jesus calms the storm. And throughout that entire time, Jesus tells the disciples, hey, we're going to go across the Sea of Galilee, and about midway through, the fishermen are overcome by this storm. Many of you guys have heard this story before. And what we like to highlight is really what the disciples like to highlight. And at the end of the story, the disciples say, who is this man that even the winds and the seas obey him? And we often like to highlight the sovereignty of God, how he has power over the storms that are within our life. But what I actually like to highlight is that Jesus was actually inside the boat the entire time. We serve a God that is not distant from us. He is right there in our midst. And in the middle of a crisis, in the middle of a storm that we're going through, God is not here. He's not separate from us. He's actually right here in our midst, walking through it with us. And throughout this entire crisis, I believe that God has been with us the entire way. Here at our church, we're seeing attendance skyrocket. We're seeing salvation skyrocket. Our outreach has been driven more so than it ever has before. And it's because God has been with us in the midst of this crisis. And we're going to pray over you guys as we are beginning to dive into some big decisions that we are making for our cities, for our county. I want to pray over you guys over your households. I want to pray that as you make these decisions, you're able to go home, you're able to feel peace, you're able to feel joy with your family, and you're not going to be weighed down with the burdens of making these decisions, because now more than ever, decisions that are being made are being scrutinized. They're being criticized. And no matter what decision is being made, there is weight that comes with it. But I pray that as you go home, you would feel joy, you would feel fulfillment, and that burden of the decisions that you have to make, it would rest at your doorstep and it would not go inside your homes with you. So let's go ahead and pray. God, over these next few minutes, these next few hours, we give this time to you. God, I pray wisdom and discernment over this room. I just pray that your presence would be here, God, that your will for Baldwin County, your will for our cities, God, it would take place. It would establish itself, God. God, that as we come and we make these decisions, we walk out of this room better than when we left it. This county, God, it's our county just to steward, but it is your county, Father. We thank you that you've given us the opportunity to speak into it. But God, we pray ultimately that your will would be done, not our will, God. We love you, Jesus, and we give you all the praise and the glory for what is happening. We thank you, God, and it's in your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you.
Join me for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, first item on our agenda is...
Madam Chairman, the first item is the approval of the minutes. However, before we adopt the minutes from the April 21st, 2020 regular meeting. We do have a correction to make.
Okay.
On agenda item GE 13, which was the fiscal year 2019 and 2020 mid-year budget amendment, resolution number 2020-081 contained a Scribner's error. The line item for building inspection, motor vehicles, was listed as 52710.5253. It should be listed as 52710.550. The resolution has been corrected. However, the minutes should also reflect this correction as well.
Madam Chairman, I make motions that we approve the minutes from April 21st with the changes made as stated by our administrator.
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion to approve the minutes by Commissioner Gruber with the correction as stated by Administrator, seconded by Commissioner Davis. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Ayes have it. Next.
The next item, Madam Chairman, is the emergency meeting, special meeting minutes of the April 28, 2020 meeting.
Madam Chair, I make a motion that we approve the April 20th, April 28th, 2020 emergency special meeting.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion to approve the April 28, 2020 emergency special meeting minutes by Commissioner Gruber, seconded by Commissioner Ball. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Okay. I guess we're still in our COVID-19 doing business as unusual. So we will go down to item E, Finance. Commissioner Davis?
Yes. Make a motion that we pay bills totaling $10,274,534.52. With the exception of those vendors commissioners request to be pulled, I do not believe we have any that need to be pulled. Now, of this amount, $7,699,295.27 is payable to the Baldwin County Board of Education, and $457,431.19 is payable to the Gulf Shores Board of Education for their portion of the county sales and use tax.
Madam Chairman, I second Commissioner Davis's motion.
Okay, we have a motion by Commissioner Davis, seconded by Commissioner Ball to pay our bills. Item EA1. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. The ayes have it. Mr. Dice?
Madam Chairman, the next item is the notification of interim payments, which are approved by the clerk treasurer under county policy. Staff recommendation is to make the attached interim payments made by the clerk treasurer totaling $2,597,953.04 and make that part of the minutes.
Okay. We'll move on down to other staff recommendations. We have, under administration, we have one item, GA1. All the commissioners have an opportunity to review that. Are there any questions? If not, entertain a motion to approve.
Madam Chair, I make a motion that we approve item number GA1, the Orange Beach Water, Sewer and Fire Protection Authority Board appointment of Mr. Robertson.
Jack Robertson.
Pat Robertson, yes.
I'll second that motion, Chairman.
Okay. We have a motion by Commissioner Gruber, seconded by Commissioner Davis, to accept the Orange Beach Water Authority, Sewer and Fire Protection Authority recommendation of Jack Robertson to be appointed to their board. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. I believe we have all ayes. The next category is going to be under other staff is budget and purchasing. And we have 6 items under budget and purchasing. Are there any questions about any one of these items, GE1 through GE6? If none, I'll entertain a motion to approve.
Madam Chairman, I make a motion we approve item GE1 through GE6.
I'll second that.
Okay, any questions about any of these items under the GE1 through GE6 under budget and purchasing? Hearing none, we have a motion by Commissioner Ball, seconded by Commissioner Davis, to approve items GE1 through GE6. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it. The next item on here is Emergency Management Agency. We have item GK1. I believe that we have our EMA Director, Zach Hood, who would like to come and present that for us.
Good morning, Commission.
Morning.
All right. What I have today is just a really quick update and conversation on our operation as far as dealing with COVID-19, specifically here in our county. I do want to bring up one thing real quick, if I can. This week is Hurricane Preparedness Week. It does change how we have to prepare and look at storm season on top of dealing with coronavirus. So I do ask that the step that anyone takes, if they take any step in preparedness at all, is to make sure that they plug into the Emergency Management Agency. We're creating daily videos on YouTube and through our feed, Facebook, and also we have our Everbridge software now. And so again, for those that have not signed up for that may be watching, we do ask that you text message 888-777. So that's the number. And you type in one word, alert Baldwin. So we want to promote that to get everyone plugged in. And I do want to remind, as we deal with COVID-19, it is Hurricane Preparedness Week this week. Also, our volunteer organizations active in disaster has been very active, as you heard Pastor Trey and City Hope, and there are many, many organizations in our community that have been very helpful in providing our residents and citizens of the county support that has been needed because of coronavirus. And without VOAD, we would not be able to do the things that we do as a county agency. So we're very thankful and grateful for that. The last item I had for discussion and wanted to present to you is, as each of you are aware, we are all still and remain under a local state of emergency. From the Emergency Management Office, we do recommend that we keep that in place as we're going to continuously monitor the situation in our community. As we all know, our beaches reopened. There was a lot of individuals very happy to see that, very grateful, but we still need to continue to monitor the numbers and continue to operate in the way that we've been operating to make sure that we stay on top of COVID-19 response in our community. So I did want to bring that forward. Certainly it is up to you as a commission body whether we stay in a local state or not, but it is best recommended from emergency management that we continue to operate under a local state of emergency for the time being.
Okay, well, this was just an item for discussion, right?
That's
and
right.
Since you're not making any recommendations to change at this time, are there any questions for Zach while he's here?
No questions.
No
All right,
question.
well, thank
All
you,
right, thank you
Zach.
so
Good
much.
to
Thanks,
see you
Zach.
today.
Just a big
All right.
thank you.
Thank you, Zach. The next category under other staff recommendations is environmental management, and we have two items, GL1 and GL2. Has everyone had an opportunity to review those? If you have any questions? If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve item GL1 and GL2.
Madam Chairman, I move to accept item GL1 and GL2.
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion by Commissioner Ball, seconded by Commissioner Davis to approve under other staff recommendations, environmental management items GL1 and GL2. Any discussion? Hearing none. We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it. The next item is under other staff recommendations is the Highway Department, and there are three items, GN1 through GN3, and I believe we have our county engineer who would like to come up and make an explanation about a change on, is it item GN3? Yes.
Correct, GN3. So GN3 is our standard on-call contract for engineering and related services. And it's as per our policy, our current policy 9.10. And we obviously deal with quite a few consulting firms. If you look at the list, there's about I think there's about 30 on here. We were able to receive signed contracts back on all those except for the very first one at the top of the list, which is AECOM. So I'm just asking you to for the record, just remove that one from the list, and then we'll be in good shape.
Okay, I believe that staff was able to receive that yesterday, so that should be in the what will be approved. So are there any other questions for our county engineer concerning items GN1 through GN3? If not, entertain a motion to approve.
So moved, Madam Chairman.
And I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion by Commissioner Ball, seconded by Commissioner Davis to approve the highway items under other staff recommendations, GN1 through GN3, with the correction as noted by our county engineer to remove AECom off of the list. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Ayes have it. And our last category under other staff recommendations is our personnel department. We have 5 items under our personnel department. Has everyone had an opportunity to review those? If you have, I would entertain a motion to approve items GQ1 through GQ5.
Madam Chairman, I make a motion that we approve staff recommendations from our personnel department for items GQ1 through GQ5.
Second.
Okay. Any questions about any of those items? We do have our HR director in the building. Okay. Hearing none, we have a motion by Commissioner Davis, seconded by Commissioner Ball to approve the personnel items GQ1 through GQ5. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Ayes have it. Next is commissioner request. Do we have any requests by any of our commissioners?
No, ma'am.
Oh,
Okay. We do have an addenda. Mr. Dice, would you like to introduce that?
Yes, Madam Chairman, we have one addendum that should be at your desk in front of you. This is regarding rental of a tent for the annual law enforcement memorial event on May 12th, 2020. Staff recommendation is as follows. Authorize the expenditure of $375 from the budget line item 51105.5290 to rent a 20 by 20 tent from Miller's Grand Events for Baldwin County Sheriff's Office annual law enforcement memorial event on May 12th, 2020 at 10:30 a.m. at the Law Enforcement Memorial Park in Robertsdale.
Okay, I believe that's a week away from today, so this will be our last opportunity to do that in a formal meeting. So do I have a motion to approve the addenda item?
Madam Chairman, I'll make a motion, we approve the addendum.
All right.
Second.
We have a motion by Commissioner Gruber, seconded by Commissioner Ball to approve item, is that IA1?
Yes.
Okay. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
aye.
Ayes have it. Okay. Any administrative report?
No, Madam Chairman.
County attorney?
No report, Madam Chair.
No executive sessions coming up?
Not unless you want one.
Y'all are being way too good for me.
want
All right. Any announcements? Any public comments? I don't see anybody from the public. Okay. I don't see any press. Commissioner comments. We want to start on which end, Jeb? He wants to start with Commissioner Gruber. All right.
I'd just like to say thank you to all of our employees, especially the probate office. They're undertaking something right now that's brand new to them and trying to get working with it, and it seems to be working fairly well. I've got some hiccups, but it's nothing that they can't overcome. And also I'd like to thank our building maintenance folks for stepping out and making improvements to the protection of our employees with some more shielding. I think it's going to be a whole lot better than what was originally designed, and it's going to keep our folks a little bit more safer. And they feel comfortable, so that's the main thing. So with that, I'd just like to say thank you for everything, the hard work everyone's doing, and please remember, this ain't over with yet. And just, I noticed yesterday I was at the EMA and noticed that the numbers that we were showing in Baldwin County, they are creeping back up a little bit, but hopefully this is not going to be the norm. So appreciate that. Thank you all very much.
Okay, Commissioner Davis?
Yes, a couple of things. I was a little disturbed to see that Baldwin County is behind in the percentage of participations in the census information. Now, we've got plenty of time at home. We've got plenty of time at work. We've got plenty of time to get that filled out. So if you filled it out, contact 5 people that you know, neighbors, members you go to church with, other family members, and let's encourage people to fill out the census information. It is vital to how resources will be allocated, not just in Baldwin County, but in the state and in the nation. And I just encourage everybody not only to fill it out, but to encourage others to fill it out, because it's real easy. It doesn't take a lot of time. It's not invasive of your privacy, but it does provide us data that is critical to funding schools, colleges, hospitals, infrastructure, and all the things that Baldwin County will be needing as we grow. I also want to thank all of our people, as my colleague Skip commented, all of us pulling together. I've said it before, and I'm going to say it probably again, but I'm going to say it right now. I've been blessed to be part of some pretty phenomenal teams that get things done, and I'm as proud of being a small part of this team as any I've ever experienced, because when everybody does their part, the little things get attention and the big things get done. And I want to thank everybody. Let's be kind, let's be polite, and let's extend hope, because the new normal is going to be different. But let's embrace it and make paradise what we know paradise is. Thank you.
Yes, Madam Chairman, I just wanted to, echo what my 2 colleagues have already said, and just thanks everybody for all the continued hard work that's going on to be ahead of this pandemic, and seems like we're top notch when it comes to providing the services and protocols that we've been doing, and I'm just as well as Joe Davis. I'm proud and humbled to be a part of this team. I just wanted to continue to reiterate to some of those small businesses out there that are still shut down, even though we don't have much say on that we are working as hard as we can to make sure that everybody will one day get open back up. And it was really good to see a few people down at the beach this weekend, and kind of seeing some people getting back to a quote new normal way of living, but basically back to the old normal of going down to the beach. So it was nice to see some traffic moving through, businesses being helped out this weekend by that. And hopefully that will continue, and the numbers will stay down, and we can prove that Baldwin County is maintaining a safe environment. And I think our numbers reflect that compared to everybody else. So again, thanks for allowing us this opportunity to serve with y'all. So thank you.
Okay, and I'll wrap it up. I just want to say thank you again and echo everything that's already been said, and I would like to just expand on the small businesses, especially the 3 categories that are really wanting to be open, like the restaurants, the salons, and the gyms. You guys that are in these businesses, if you happen to be listening, please start preparing, be ready. You may only be able to have a soft opening. I don't know what's going to come down. You guys know it's not our decision, but if you're allowed to do 25%, 50%, or whatever, if you don't have your plan in place, you're going to be behind. And so you need to always be ready. That's one of my favorite terms, for my faith, always be ready. But you know what? Your business needs to always be ready. If you are a salon or a restaurant, start spacing your chairs out in both those environments. And if you're a gym, start figuring those kind of things out. I cannot wait till the salons at least let one person in at a time. Desperate need of a salon. But I want to also mention that this is words of encouragement right now, because I heard on the news that in Alabama, 82% of the people who had filed for unemployment claims have received some sort of unemployment. This is an unprecedented time when self-employed people have been allowed to apply for unemployment. And until yesterday, I had not heard of one self-employed person that received actual unemployment benefits. But I have heard from people that I know personally. They received their first unemployment check as a self-employed person. And I'm speaking of people who are self-employed that are people like realtors and salon persons and things like that are generally treated as self-employed. So if you have not received it, I would say that maybe you haven't applied, or just hold on. I believe it's coming. I know that that's not the same as having your business open, but that was very encouraging to me to know that 82% of the people had started receiving that. I never have heard of self-employed people receiving unemployment benefits in my life, because they don't pay into the unemployment system. It's actually an insurance type program through the states and the federal government. So enough of that. I want to say one more thing is I want to do a shout out to our building and maintenance department and our local fire departments in the central Baldwin area. Our central annex building began smoldering late in the night of Thursday night and early Friday morning, and those guys know what they're doing. They know how to get in there and stop that fire that was starting to happen, and I appreciate every one of them. I don't believe that building would be standing if oxygen hadn't been able to get to that fire, because there's a lot of wood on that roof and a lot of wood on the floor, and maybe the bricks would have still been standing, but by the grace of God, they got there, and I'm thankful to all of those guys, and they gave us a lot of tips and advice so that we can make sure that in the future, if something like this happens, that we will even be faster at getting things taken care of. So hats off to the Robertsdale, Loxley, Silver Hill, Fairhope, Summerdale, Elsinore. I don't even know who all was there, but you guys know you were there. So if I missed one of you, I'm sorry, but thank you, thank you, thank you. Central Annex is saved. That building is the old Vanity Fair factory building. It's very near and dear to me. My mom worked there when she was pregnant with me, so it really means a lot to me. I really didn't want to lose that building. So thank you guys again. And with that, we are at the end of our meeting. And Commissioner Davis, would you like to note the time?
Yes, Madam Chairman, we're closing this meeting at 8:58 a.m.
All right. Motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. This meeting's adjourned.